Hello friends and welcome back to Animal Crossing. I am Peachie Llama here on YouTube, and today we are back on my beautiful island of Velaris based on the City of Starlight from A Court of Mist and Fury of the A Court and Thorns and Roses series. We are continuing my ACOTAR and ACNH series, but this time on my purely Nightcore island. And today's mission is to build the House of Wind. In case you haven't read the books, the House of Wind is a castle-like mansion house built into the face of a mountain that's considered a red mountain. So that's a detail I had forgotten while I was planning this originally. So I do go more of a redstone vibe in this build. It's a house that hosts an incredible library that has a pit all the way down in the middle into darkness, and that's something we're going to work on today because that is a really important part that I've been very excited to create. And by the way, this house is up 10,000 steps from Velaris, so unfortunately I couldn't perfectly really recreate that, but I would love y'all's opinion on whether you like the style of stairs that I did for this video, or if you'd like to see the alternative that I've been thinking about changing to if this doesn't feel like it's really up 10,000 steps, which it's not going to be. But you know, we're gonna pretend, you know, if it still gives the vibes that it's high up, that's good enough for me. But anyway, I hope you're excited, so let's get started. So for House of Wind, I had several ideas for what I wanted to do with the front. I first start off with doing 4 staircases straight up. I don't actually put the staircases in because I already messed up the bridge and I didn't want to just build the staircases and end up changing them later, but I'm probably going to do it anyway. But this is the concept I had originally, where you have the museum at the very top, like with very little room at the top with the staircases, to really kind of give that, oh, this is way high up sort of thing, since we can't get the 10,000 steps originally. So I'm not sure if this would have been better. It might be. I'm leaning towards it right now after finishing everything. But you guys, once you see the end result, you can let me know what you think, if we should readjust and try to make it with stairs back to back like this, or go with this design I found on Pinterest is what we went with, and to do the side stairs and then going up, because I just thought it was pretty and I wanted to try something different. But that's what we end up going with. But if you guys think these like back to back 4 stairs would have been better, definitely let me know and I'll change it up and see what we think. But anyway, we're starting off our castle with the red brick, and again, I'm debating everything I build on this island. I've been thinking about changing the red brick to more of that silvery dark gray color because I feel like it matches the night court a little better and the snow a little bit more as well. And the reason I went with the red brick is because in the book it is described as a red mountain and the house is built in with the red brick into the mountain kind of thing. So the red stone basically of the mountain, it's kind of built into that and a part of that. And I don't know, I didn't, in my head, this is not what I visualized at all. When I think of House of Wind, I do even think more modernly in my head when I envision it as I was reading, but definitely more beige, and the stone colors to me, it was just more white. And the way it glows at the night is definitely more beige and golden, if that makes sense. So this is not the colors I was originally envisioning, but I was trying to stay true to the books as much as possible. So if you guys also agree that you'd like to see a change in the color of the castle, let me know in the comments. But right now we're sticking with it and going forward. And now we're setting up the beginning stages of the library for the House of Wind. I kind of utilized the skills that you need when you're making like a sunken waterfall area. You have to make it like a canyon first, so that's what I was doing for this library, was trying to make a bit of a pit in the middle and a hole, because there is a pit in this library. And as much as I would dream to have more space to be able to make this a proper circle, it kind of ends up being more of a rectangle, but that's okay. I think for the space we had, I did pretty decently with it. And now we're just putting down the code for the main path up here, and then we just end up using that for the castle overall. So if you would like this code, I actually have it in my last video where we showed off the building of the town. All the codes for this path are over there, and you can check it out if you're looking to use the code yourself for your island. And I fill the entire library with the path. I don't know if I love it tremendously, but I feel like it worked for now. And then we have the beautiful dark bookcases with a little bit of gold popping out. I don't know why gold is such a big deal for me in this build, but I've never used the Celeste items and recipes and things like that. I've never used before. And I was just kind of inspired to do so with like to make it glowy and cute, and I don't know. But I also saw the beautiful mountains at dusk and I wanted to include them in here because I thought they were beautiful. And back to business. I wanted to fill the entire place with bookshelves, and if I could make myself a giant library for this, I totally would. But we didn't have the space. So we have these cute little lamps from Celeste. And then also this is the code for the pit if you need it. It's awesome. And then yeah, we wrap up the front with some tall lanterns and the fountain. So here we are at the House of Wind. So my initial thought was to do a total of 4 staircases all going straight up this way to the house instead of doing this side bit here. So if you all think that that would make this house really feel like it's 10,000 steps, even though we can't really make it feel like we can't really make it that high up, but if you think that would help give the illusion of how high up it's supposed to be, let me know in the comments if you think we should kind of change this up a little bit before we do the dream dress, because I'm not sold on this yet. I think it's really pretty, but I don't know if it's necessarily everything I've dreamed of. But to be fair, I also don't think the red brick is everything I've dreamed it to be either. But I was trying to go more book accurate and go with the red stone because that's what the mountain is. Technically the whole house is supposed to be red. So that is what I was trying to create and envision, but I may take creative liberties and make it the silver or the dark and gray castle items, because those I think were what I was originally thinking of when I envisioned this build. So I may switch those out and we may switch the stairs out, who knows. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Right now I really love the way this looks still. I think it's beautiful. I think the fountain at the front here is lovely, and I love the addition of the Valiant statues. You know, show off our winged babes that live in this house. I love that so much. It's a nice little addition, and to add some accent to it, I love that you can kind of walk around and then you have the 2 stairs here. I love that the museum is what's bringing like the light through the door, because that's just what I've always envisioned when I think of the House of Wind. I feel like just a beautiful like entryway that's like a golden lit up hallway that you enter. And of course, through the back, we have our wonderful, very cool library with the pit down the center. If I could make it round, I would. I just didn't have enough space with my mountains behind to make it a proper round. It goes kind of down in a spiral in the book, at least that's how it's described. So it's more of a circle versus this rectangular thing I've got going on here. But this is as good as we could do with the space we had. But I would love to actually try to remake this, I could say, on Llama Land and do it justice and really make it the full depth of what I could
you know, what we could do in Animal Crossing with it if we had more space. There's a lot of projects in this game I'd love to do, but it's so hard to fit it in with everything that's going on. But I really love the different lights I've added into here. It just kind of helps give it like a glow, a very warm glow, and that's what I envision for the higher levels of this library before it goes down into the darkness below. But yes, I love it so much. You learn so much about this library as you continue reading throughout all the books. I know a big chunk of it is in book 5, Silver Flames, which I did finish, and I am now officially caught up in all ACOTAR things, so anyone in the comments will not be spoiling me, but I would prefer we don't spoil anyone else. So if you'd like to talk about ACOTAR, please message me on Instagram, because I can talk about it there. That way it's just you and me, and we don't have to spoil anything for anyone else. This is something I'm still working on. I'm still working on like the balconies here, because this is the balcony my envisioning for the night of Starfall. For, you know, the cuties, I won't fully mention to avoid spoiling for anyone else, but if you know, you know. This is the kind of the area I was envisioning for that moment that happens in Starfall. I was going to maybe put some more star fragments and nova lights and things like that around to kind of just give off that vibe of the beautiful stars falling on to the surface. And yeah, still working on some other things, but this is kind of the vibe we're going for this House of Wind. It's the best I could do with the space we had. I would make it bigger if I could, but it's just not possible, unfortunately, right now with how things are. But let me know what you think. I think we've gotten somewhere. It's not terrible. I just think it could be more. I envisioned it to be more. So maybe I need to bring it more forward, and I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll have to talk about it. Maybe I have the steps be elsewhere on the sides, and we really have this structure go really high up, so from far away you can see it, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's such a high top, you know? So far so good, I think. Well, that is it for today's video. If y'all enjoyed it, please remember to give it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to be notified the next time I post. We will be continuing these ACOTAR videos pretty much for the foreseeable future. It's really what's keeping me interested in AC right now. And I hope you guys are getting inspiration for your islands, whether you have even read ACOTAR or not. It does not matter. I really hope that you are finding some inspiration for anything you might want to build on your island. I think this is the most fantasy realm I think I've ever gotten when playing ACNH, and I really want to continue it and see what we can do. I have some other ideas that I think would have been nice to do for the Night Court, but I don't know if I really have the ability to make them on this island. So I may just make some more Night Court builds on Llama Land of what could have been for Velaris, but really excited for how things have turned out. But anyway, as always, thank you for sticking with me and for watching this whole video. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you guys tenfold, and just so excited to be back in the mood to play AC and share it with you guys. I love y'all so much. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye!